Hello everybody, today I'm gonna show you virtual lab using VMware version 8, GNS and Pfsense firewall. This configuration is gonna be very helpful if you are an IT engineer and need to practice a lab at home and you don't have a lot of resources that helps you to practice that lab. So let's start. First of all, we need to configure VMware. I'm using VMware version 8, as I told you. This build. First of all, we're gonna need to edit our virtual interface, network interface cards, and this is the problem facing most of people when they're trying to make a lab using VMware Workstation. We're gonna go to Edit, Virtual Network Editor. This VMware is already configured earlier, but now I'm gonna show you what's the default when you are opening this one. You're gonna find VMnet0 bridge with auto bridged. You're gonna find VMnet1 host only, and you're gonna find VMnet8 with NATing and DHCP enabled. As simple as this, I added VMnet2, VMnet3, VMnet4, VMnet5, and you can add as much as you like to use in your virtual lab and the network cards you need. When you want to need a new network interface card, you're going to use add network, as simple as this, and here it is. Assigning subnet, and here it is. You'll find it like that. Usually when you use the host only, you should remove use local DHCP server because it's gonna interrupt the DHCP server if you work. I don't need actually this one, so I'm gonna remove it. You can restore default by using this. Click here and we will leave everything as it is. As you see here, I have VMnet 0, I have VMnet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. What I want to mention here, you can, if you don't want to use GNS and connecting your Pfsense firewall to the Windows or any client OS to manage that Pfsense or test Pfsense, you can use it only with the VMware without using GNS. But I'm using GNS here to connect a lab, more complicated lab. You can add a router to that lab, and you can add after that router switch and more clients, so you can test the Pfsense as it is in the real network, not a virtual one, at your laptop or your PC. So after I prepared these network interfaces, if you go here and the network and sharing center, you can find the adapters here appeared, and they should appear as your network interface card. Second of all, I'm gonna set up the Pfsense from the scratch. I show you how to set up it. Going to File, create a new virtual machine. Next, you should browse and choose the Pfsense image as this one, Pfsense Live CD. Open. Go to next. Using other Pfsense and FreeBSD. Next, this is the name of the and location where the Pfsense gonna be installed. I will leave it as it is. The space, I don't need much space. For example, 5 gig is enough. Next, here we're gonna customize the hardware according to what we need in our lab. I'm gonna remove the floppy disk. I'm gonna remove the NAT adapter, add new adapters. Since here in this lab I'm using the Pfsense to be my router and gateway to the internet, I'm gonna need to use two network interfaces card. One connected directly to the network interface card of my laptop or the host, and the other is connected to the LAN, so I can distribute the internet through my firewall. I can control the traffic, I can do a proxy, a lot of stuff. I'm gonna show you some of. Next, the one of the network interface card gonna be VMnet0, which is connected directly to the my internet ADSL. Next, I'm gonna need to add another one, and this one I can choose one of the hosts which is empty. I'm gonna use VMnet1 for this one. Next, and RAM, I need to rise up a little bit of the RAM. Oh, finish. Now let's start the virtual machine to power up. This is gonna need have to take a little bit time to boot from CD default. I think I'm gonna go pause the video until I get the next step. This is not important. Now I choose I. Accept these settings. Quick easy install. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. Now this option appeared. Standard kernel is good. It's almost finished. We need to reboot. Most of the work is with the interfaces. Most of the mistakes happened with the interfaces, network cards. Okay, now here the Pfsense asks you, do you want to set up VLANs? We will say no. First of all, we're gonna need to enter. We're gonna need to identify the interfaces. As you see here, here we have EM0 with this MAC address and EM1 with this MAC address. The Pfsense identifying two network interface cards, but which one we should assign as the one and which one we should assign as a LAN. This is depends on your configuration. Here we have you can know that by right click on this VM setting. We have choose VM0 to use as a one because it's connected directly to my real network interface card here. We will know the MAC address of this network interface card by going to advanced to find this MAC address, which is the same EM0. So the other one gonna be sure the LAN network interface card. So here we're gonna write EM0 for LAN, and we write EM1 for the LAN. We're gonna just press enter. We want to proceed yes. So here Pfsense identified that one is EM0 and LAN EM1. Yes, and enter. Now one should take an IP address from the DHCP server using on my internet device, which is ADSL, and we should assign IP address to the LAN. We will see. We are just waiting. Here it is. The one taken the IP address 192.168.1.14/24 via DHCP server, LAN is configured by Pfsense with the same IP address, which is wrong. We're gonna need to set up another IP address to this LAN network interface card. So we're gonna enter an option 2 to set interface IP address. We're gonna choose 2 for LAN. We're gonna give it IP address 172.16.8.1. Gonna enter /24 172.16.100.1. This is the gateway of the LAN. We don't want to set up IPv6 to the Pfsense. Do we want to set up DHCP server? This depends on you. For me, I don't like to set up the DHCP server now. So no. Okay. Here it is. Here it is. He gave me the link, which is I should open at the browser when I want to go to the web interface connected directly to the Pfsense for the configuration. Okay, screens and the work of the Pfsense. And at this stage, now I'm gonna show you how to configure the Windows to connect it directly to this Pfsense lab through the GNS. So we're gonna open the GNS here. We're gonna take cloud. We're gonna need the host. Here it is. We're gonna need the Ethernet switch and what else? Cables. I will show you how to connect them. Cloud, configure. The network interface card connected to the Pfsense is VM1, as I remember. It is. VM1 is the LAN interface, so we're gonna use this one here. VM1, add, apply, OK. I'm gonna connect this to the switch, and I'm gonna configure the host as XP17 here. Windows Server is already installed on this device, and I've used VMnet2 as a network interface card because I don't want to show you how to stop Windows 7. It will take a long time. Everybody should know how to install Windows 7. And now I'm gonna connect this interface to the host through the VMnet2. They're connected. Now I'm gonna power up the Windows 7 machine. Since the Pfsense is not configured to give an IP address to the LAN network, I'm gonna enter the IP address version 4 setting to the Windows, so I can connect to the Pfsense, configure it, and okay, now here we have a Windows 7 opened, and this Windows 7 it should be now connected to the Pfsense through the GNS. Okay, now we will try to check what's going on here. This is the network, local area connection. We don't have IP address. We go to properties, IPv4 using this IP address 172.16.100. Sorry, .100. Maybe 255, 255, 255. Okay. And now we're gonna open the browser. Okay. HTTPS 172. Sorry, the keyboard is not one I use always. Okay, SSL, you should configure this certificate. And we should choose proceed anyway. When you configure the certificate at Pfsense, this will the default is admin Pfsense and login. Set password. Okay, this wizard will appear on the when you start the Pfsense. You're gonna click next. If you want to choose the host name, the domain, we're gonna leave everything as it is. Next. Time, if you have server, time zone. This is the one configuration we've selected. It should be DHCP, and we're gonna leave everything as it is. This rules is very important. It's not distributing the private IP address to the network. It's very important. You can read about it. Leave them as it is. Next. This is the LAN IP address, subnet mask. Here we're gonna now go and configure the DHCP server so I can distribute an IP addresses to the network. Okay. If you want to change the admin password, we'll leave it as the default Pfsense for now. Now we're gonna need to reload the Pfsense to take the new changes, which we didn't do any new changes. Okay, if you notice that we have got a message that Pfsense PHP successful login from user admin from the IP address of this device. We can try if we can reach the internet through the Pfsense using number 7. I'm gonna bring, for example, google.com. I think it's unreachable yet. There's some configuration need to be done. Yes, as you can see here, 3 packets transmitted, 0 packets received, 100 packet lose, 100%. I'm going to show you how to override this problem. First of all, yes, here it is. This is the dashboard of the Pfsense. You have interfaces here. You have some information here. I'm not going through the Pfsense a lot. I'm just going to show you the basic configuration. I'm going to configure the DHCP server. This one is, you can find it here, DHCP server. Enable DHCP server. You can specify the brand from 2, for example, to 200. Okay. You can specify the gateway, DNS server. Okay, we're gonna specify the DNS server. For example, I will just leave it as it is. Only save it. Close. I need to go to another thing. I need to check the gateway monitor status services. We need to check that services, every services works fine. Okay, great. DNS forwarder, DNS DHCP server, gateway monitoring. Okay, this one is very important. Okay, system dashboard here, status dashboard. interfaces. Here's some information about the interfaces. Advanced networking. I'm not here routing. Okay. Here we have the LAN as the default gateway. It's not the default gateway. We're gonna remove this. The DHCP server 1 as the default gateway. Okay. Apply changes. Run this as edit. Default gateway here. Just save it. Okay. As it should be. And now I think everything is going to be nice and smooth. I minimize this one. I'm going to go to the network. This one should be changed to the DHCP server. Network needs to be identified, as you see here. Okay, good. It's having now an IP address, as you see here, having DNS, DHCP, close and everything. Back again, as you see here, the Pfsense is still working fine. The WAN interface have taken the IP address 112, and the LAN interface is having this IP address with 101. I have prepared GNS here, as you see, is taking VMnet 1, as we've told you, and the host is connecting through the VMnet 2. You can read the adapter, and here again the Windows 7 here is connected to the VMnet 2. So now the Pfsense is connected to the we have internet access. We can test it by, for example, pinging Google. Ping, and it's applying fine. We can open the internet browser now. We can go for Google, and it's working fine. Look at this. Okay, great. We can search for GNS3, for example, and it's working fine. Good. Now this is not the purpose of my video. I mean, we're gonna build up more in this network. This host is gonna be the management of the cloud, which is the Pfsense connected to the internet. We need to add, for example, router here, so we make it more real. This router using 3725 iOS Cisco. We're gonna power up this router. Okay, I think I have a problem with the GNS. I'm trying to take another one. Try to power it up. Great, it's working. We're gonna delete this one. Okay. Now we're gonna connect this one to the network. Fast Ethernet 00. We're gonna configure this router now so we can access the internet through this router and connect it to the other LAN. We're gonna go to console here, T. We're gonna configure the interfaces. So the interface here sorry. The interface here should take the IP address through the DHCP server connected, configured at the Pfsense. We're gonna interface fast Ethernet 0/0, no shutdown, IP address DHCP. Okay, to right. Yes. Okay. See now. Here it is. I'm having IP address. Show IP. Find TP right now. It is we having an IP address. We try to ping T8.8. Okay, it's pinging. Ping 192.168.1.1, which is the default gateway. Great, it's working now. I'm now trying to give an IP address for my interface here, which is the other interface, fast Ethernet 0/1. So it should be the responsible of the LAN, the other LAN. Well, call T, sorry, call T, interface fast Ethernet 0/1, no shutdown. I'm going to give it the IP address 10.10.10.1, so it's easy to remember. 0 and good. I'm trying to ping now from this interface to the network. Ping 192.168.1.1 source fast Ethernet 0/1. I don't think it's gonna ping. Yes, because we need to set up NAT. Good. It's not pinging. We need to set up NAT now between these two interfaces. I'm gonna go to conf T interface fast Ethernet 0/0. We're gonna go IP NAT outside. Gonna take something exit. Interface fast Ethernet 0/1. IP NAT inside. Good. Now we're gonna set up the access list. Conf T IP access list. Standard. We're gonna name it with NAT add. Okay. Enter. Permit 10.10.10.0. Okay. What 0? White code 00255. Okay. This is fine. And now we're gonna go for conf T IP NAT. Back again, IP NAT source, okay, IP NAT. Okay, inside source list. We'll name the NAT ADD to the interface fast Ethernet 0/0. We're gonna use overload. Okay, right. Okay, and try to ping now on that 2.168.1.1. It's pinging. Let's try it again with source fast Ethernet 0/1. It's pinging now. I'm gonna try to ping the 8.8.8. it's pinging. Great. Now we're gonna set up DHCP server at this router so I can distribute IP addresses to the clients I want to connect to this LAN. So we're gonna go conf-t IP DHCP pool. We're gonna name it NAT. Okay, good. Network is 10.10.10.0. Okay, /24. We're gonna default root is 10.10.10.1. Good. And we're gonna DNS server 8.8.8 and 4.2.2.2. Okay, right. Now we finished the configuration of this router. We need to connect this router now with another PC through the interface of Pfsence+vmware here, and the other host is going to be another virtual machine client, which this one is 7. Good. And this one 7 is connected with which interface? We are going to check VMnet3. Now I'm going to connect this through VMnet3. Come on. They are connected. Now I'm trying to go to this one and check the setting of the network. Still didn't have an IP address. Not yet. Close. Just want to make sure. Also. Okay, sure. I want to make sure that everything is configured right. I have DHCP people who call that. Interface is faster than it. Good. This is not inside. IP not source. Fine. Everything should be fine. Okay, here it is. It just took some time to be identified, I think. Good. Now I'm having. Let me check if I have an internet connection or not yet. I have even the internet connection now and it's working great. Let me try, for example, YouTube. Okay. There it is. It's working good. And the connection is a little bit slow. It's working good. I hope this has been informative for you, and thank you for watching.